I think I started painting when I was 5. My mom was painting and my dad was painting and I wanted to paint, so I started painting. I think it was pen and ink, paint, like washes, because my mother used washes. And my parents were always supportive about drawing. I suppose when I started to try to come up with ideas, with compositions. The last big show I had was years ago, and so for 5 years or so I've been painting tiny paintings where you really don't have to come up with a composition. I spend a lot of time alone. Lately, probably 14 to 18 hours alone painting. This is probably my best work I've ever done.
Why?
I know a lot more. I've learned a lot. I can pretty much now draw a bird in a position I want it to be in by drawing it, drawing the bones in the wings and where the feathers come out from and what direction they fall in and how they curve around the body. No, actually spending all this time painting every day, like probably a minimum of 12 hours a day, more like 15 or 16. I actually look forward every morning to going up there in my art room and starting. I actually look forward to that. It's like now a challenge. By the end of the day, I'm looking forward to never doing it again. But in the morning, I'm all fresh, and I like to go up there and work. I really enjoy it. It's very peaceful, and when I get a flow going, there isn't anything better. The days where I can't get a flow going, I just take my pencil, put it in my mouth, and bite it in half. That works for me. I do take a lot of photographs when I go out. I have files full of photographs. I don't really use the photographs for a painting because I'm an awful photographer. That's not the only reason. But it foreshortens and it does a lot of distortion to the bird itself. So what I try to do, though, with the photographs is it helps me with my bad memory. And to look at something, I'll remember a photograph. I'll remember, oh, I was there. Oh, it was morning and it was beautiful and there was a fog, there was a mist over the prairie, and oh, the sun was shining just right, and into the picture flew a bald eagle. And it was just gorgeous. And that's hard for me to remember, all those instances. So I'll take a picture, and I'll keep every single lousy picture that I take, because each and every one just gives me a history of what I saw. Like I said, my memory's not good. So I'll take out the pictures. I probably have 2,000 pictures of ospreys in flight. Some of them are very, very tiny. But it just gives me an idea, a flip of the wing or something. So I'll use the photographs to do a painting, but I won't use a photograph because lots of times the composition's awful, and you want a good composition. You want to focus your eye on the bird, and you don't want branches and twigs and leaves to take away from the bird, because that's what I'm painting, is the bird, and I like simplicity. I do use photographs when, this is terrible, when I take pictures of dead things, close-ups of study skins I borrow or whatever I get to use. I'll take close-ups of the patterns in the wings and that kind of thing. I will use those, of course, because it's very hard to remember from one bird to another whether the black bars are so big or the white bars are bigger. You know, I have an idea of what the birds look like, but it's, I'll use photographs for that. But most of the time I get my ideas just from something that I saw in nature, something beautiful, something passionate, and I want to put it on paper because that's what I do. Getting accepted to Laoki Woodson Birds and Art Show was really an honor. It was very exciting. I got to meet all these artists that I'd read about and loved, and I got to meet Roger Tory Peterson. That was very nice. I really enjoy donating my time to the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey. I used to go there years and years ago. I discovered that place, and it was just a house and birds out on perches on the grass. And I would go all the time. I loved it. It was my favorite place to go, to just see these gorgeous hawks in person. A peregrine falcon, just, it's so different than, you know, reading magazines, looking at wild bird. It's just so awesome to see these. And one time I went, and they had a golden eagle. Now, golden eagles are not, or rarely, if at all, in Florida, and mostly out west. And I was just absolutely amazed. I'd seen pictures and pictures of them, and they looked gorgeous, but there was nothing so amazing about this bird compared to the bald eagle, which is an amazing bird, but we're so used to it. Well, at least I am. I see it a lot. Compared to that bird, it was like a regular man, the bald eagle, and then a pumped up on steroids wrestler. That's the only way I can explain it. This bird was massive, huge and muscular, and when he turned his head, those beautiful hackles just glimmered, and it was just a gorgeous bird. It was such a neat experience seeing that. So anyway, we moved here to Orlando, in the Orlando area. And when we moved, I was excited because here was my favorite place of all time, and I could go to it as much as I want. And we went one day, and they looked like they needed some help, and you could donate your time. And I was like, wow, that's really something I'd like to do. So I'm there now, and I know two birds pretty well. There, Picasso, the red-shouldered hawk, and Queenie, the barn owl, a barn owl. They say that the birds really get used to people, and they always remember, you know, supposedly always remember. I hope people will enjoy my work. I must really love to paint and draw. I hope people get more interested in the outdoors, the nature and birds in particular. Nature is so important, and birds are so beautiful.